Are you listening to a podcast and it can help you make more money so you don't have to be away from home that long? Welcome, family, to the Bacon Bits Podcast, where we desire for you to take the bits of information and immediately apply them to your life for success. The ground rules for our podcast is that it will always be encouraging, uplifting, and informative. The areas of your life that we are talking about on the Bacon Bits Podcast is dealing with having a balanced life. I need to hear you say it. Say valuable. Information applied equals success. And what we're going to be talking about on this episode is, what time is it? Time management. A huge beginning of the year area that a lot of people want to work on, because man, if you're not careful, man, you can be 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11 months in and not realize how much time you've blown in just the wonderful year that you were just in. So man, let me tell you from experience, getting older, time flies very quickly. So what is time management? This is dedicated to my wonderful nephew, Corey Hurd Jr. up a pen, because he was one of the ones that gave me a title or article of what to talk about in a podcast. So I am extremely thankful for you, nephew. Keep doing your thing. Time management. What is time management? You've probably heard that time management is about maximizing your schedule so you can get more done in less time. That sounds cute. Or maybe it's about striving for work-life balance. That's good too. But I want to take it a step further. The true goal of time management is to spend your time doing what's most important to you. You see, too many of us live with a gap between what we can care about and what we spend our time on. Let me say that again. The gap between what we care about and what we spend our time on. So I noticed towards the tail end of 2022 that I spent a lot of time with playing games on my phone. I was just, distracted by, I got some free time. I ain't got nothing to do right now. I'm going to get on and play a couple games on my phone. Now, playing a couple games on your phone is not sinful. That ain't nothing negative, all that. But when you could be taking that time and doing something super productive with that time, that's when it's a little discouraging, a little down. So one of the vows that I had made to myself this year is I want to take 1 hour every day and dedicate that towards podcasting topics, things that I can be working on to make the podcast even better and to have some better topics and things of that nature. So, man, what you want to do with time management, man, is to give your time assignments. To give your time assignments. So let me just tell you about a typical day for me. So I work Sundays through Wednesdays from 6:30 in the morning till 5 o'clock. So I know up front, 10 hours of my day is going to be gone. That's towards work. But the question is, with the other 14 hours that I have available, what am I doing with that? So let's break that down in increments. So you got 10 hours that I'm at work. So it's 10 and a half technically, because you got a half an hour lunch break. Then you have a half an hour commute to work and a half an hour commute back. So that's an hour. So then I have at least 6 hours of my day. Guess what? I'm going to need some sleep. So we talking about that's 11 and a half hours right there. You're talking about 6 hours of sleep. So that's 17 and a half hours. So we're talking about I have approximately 6.5 hours left to be super productive. So I want to give at least an hour of that time to being in my word, looking at motivational videos, things that's going to feed my soul, my spirit, and encouraging. I'm going to spend about another 30 minutes of that to 45 minutes of that. I'm gonna got me a stretching routine on every other day. It'll take an hour because I want to do my whole body workout. So that's going to take an hour. I take at least 15 to 30 minutes a day, checking my bank account, making sure all the money is going to where it's supposed to go, deviating it up to bills, savings account, things of that nature. So you want to do that. And then you want to do things. Guess what? Like I said, I want to spend at least an hour thinking about what can I do to make the podcast better? What's some different topics, some different issues? I want to gather up information so I can have something to talk about when it's time for me to do the podcast. So what you want to do is make sure you are giving your time an assignment. Because if I give an hour of my day towards working out, guess what am I giving it an assignment to do? Keep me healthy. If I give my time to making my finances better, with balancing the budget, make sure, we got money coming in, money going out. We got money going into the different accounts, bills getting paid. Guess what? We are asking for our money to do something for us to make us and put us in a better situation financially. My time with the Lord, guess what? I want that. Make sure I'm having a great time with my Lord and Savior, making sure I'm looking in the Word, make sure I'm praying, doing the things that I need to do so I can have the kind of life that He says I can have. Because the Word of God does say, the thief, and that thief could be anything, drugs and alcohol. It could be unproductive time. It could be so many things. Satan, let's just be honest, there's a spiritual battle going on out there. But it says the thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy. Now, I want you to look over your life and look at those things that's in your life. Are they bringing you abundant life like God says you can have, or are they stealing from you, killing you, and taking away precious things and time that you can have and investing that in something else? So it is super important that you take your time and make sure you're giving it an assignment. Give it something to do. Because I'm telling you, you will look back over your life and be like, man, what in the world didn't happen to my time? So when we talk about spending time, we want to spend time on things that are going to be productive. We want to spend time on things that we care about and just not spending time just to be spending time. And notice how we even say it. We're spending time. You can't get time back, man. I don't care what time, there's no time machine I can put you in to go back and change your past. It's a wrap. That stuff is a done deal. But what I want to ask you is, where are you investing your time? Notice how I just changed one word from spending time to investing time. If you're investing time, guess what you are expecting? A return on your investment. A return on your investment. So when I'm doing these podcasts, I expect a return on my investment. How does that look? Having people come up to me and say it was this bit of information or that bit of information that helped change my life. And it made it worthwhile to do these podcasts. Because if I could speak to a younger version of me, the 25-year-old version of John Bacon, what would I want him to know? How to better manage my money. That's why I like to teach, some financial information, how to have a healthy relationships, because growing up, I wasn't surrounded by healthy relationships. I had some great uncles and aunts that had great long lasting marriages, but on a daily basis, most of the people that I hung out with, see, there's a difference, aunts and uncles, when I spent time with them, invested time with them, it was beautiful. But most of the time I was around people that I spent time with, that the relationships were toxic. So guess what? Now I want to tell that 25-year-old, which is out there that's listening to me, man, make sure you have healthy relationships and do the things that you need to do. I made a vow at myself at 18 that I would work out for the rest of my life. 37 years later, at 55, I'm in great shape. I ain't say perfect shape. I'm not trying to be some bodybuilder, but man, as far as no aches and pains, super grateful for that. And that's because I invested my time in taking care of my body with working out. But also, as I'm getting older, the diet part is being more important than just the working out, and making sure I get the proper rest that I need. So I'm investing in sleep so I can have my body be in the condition that I needed to be in, so I can do the things that I need to do. And then what are you investing your time with to make you a better person? What books are you reading? What podcasts are you listening to have a better life? So, man, with your time management, you want to be doing something. So let's just take that hour of transportation time that I 30 minutes to go to work, 30 minutes to come back. I can be listening to some music. And then sometimes you do need to listen to some music. Take the music, make sure you're deprogramming yourself from your job. You're winding down. You're making sure that by the time you get home, you'll be in good spirits and you want to have a great time with your family and friends. But also, Are you listening to a podcast and it can help you make more money so you don't have to be away from home that long? Mm. Are you listening to podcasts that can help you have better relationships? You know, because guess what, man, I don't want to just be married for a long time. I want to have a healthy, robust relationship with my queen. But guess what? I need to be listening to things that's helping me be that kind of man that I need to be in my relationship so I can be that kind of man for my queen. Same thing with being a better father, things of that nature. So what are you spending your time with? I would suggest a great way to spend some of your time is while you're driving. Listen to podcasts specifically or audiobooks in those areas of where you're trying to improve at. That would be great. So we say our family is top priority, but our work calendar sure doesn't show it. We say we love our family and friends, but how much time do you actually spend with the people that you love? One of the greatest things that we did last year that I want to make sure we definitely implement this year is we take our calendars out when we are with family and friends, and we actually write down times of when we're going to spend time with each other. We have to pencil it in because for whatever reason, I don't know what happened during the COVID thing. But man, major shifts took place to me during that time that it is actually work to have to figure out time to fit in with your family and friends. You have to really work at it, man. So right now, there's a calendar in your phone. Make sure when you're with people that you love and y'all having a great time, before y'all part and get in those cars and separate from each other, write down the next time of when you're going to have one of those times together. So that's super important, man, because it's got to be put on the calendar, because if it don't, I can tell you from experience, we will go months and months without seeing the people that we love. We say we want to get in shape, but we fail to plan even one run or workout for the week. Time management is about aligning the way we spend our time with what we care about the most. And I've said this before, if you are not intentional about living your life, man, this is exactly how it's going to go down. Finances is going to be terrible because you're not being intentional about spending time with the finances. Relationships going to be toxic or be very strained because we're not being intentional with the time that we have and investing in our relationships. Man, if you don't spend time with your health, you have got to walk around in that body for the rest of your life. That body was designed to last you for the rest of your life. What are the things that we are doing intentionally with our time of investing and working out? And when I say working out, to me, I always tell you body movement. So working out is not the key word when I say, because people always think you got to lift weights and you got to do things of that nature. I'm real big on, my wife, she does planting her plants. So she has to take the plants out, put the old dirt, throw that out, put the new dirt up in there, then put the plants back up in there. She's got to fertilize them. She got to water them. Guess what? That's body movement. Playing with your grandkids, having a good time. That's body movement. You know, if you got animals, man, enjoy your animals. Walk your dogs, play with them. Your cats, I ain't no cat person, but that ain't got nothing to do with this right now. You're loving your dog. Guess what? Go walk the dog. That's exercise. So that's body movement. So you want to have things that will make your body move. And that's a great way to do it. It ain't got to be just, jumping jacks, sit-ups, and all that wonderful stuff. It can just be the movement of your body. And you have to be intentional about it. Time management is important because if we are not careful, we will end up going from one type of busyness to another. Ain't that the truth? It is never-ending hamster wheel of activities. And man, when you look back over your life, you will have to give an inventory of, man, why did I spend so much time doing that and nothing productive came out of it? Now, some of the things that we spend time on, man, and it might not seem like it's productive, but guess what? You're spending time with your family and friends. Maybe watching a TV program, some kind of movie. It might seem like, man, that's 2 hours gone of your life. But did you spend time with your loved ones, some quality time? But also you want to say, you know what? Did we talk during the movie? Did we grow closer together? You might want to think about some of that. And the problem is we end up missing the true joy and meaning and beauty of our lives, ignoring the people and purposes that make our lives fulfilling. So please, guys, do me a favor. Be intentional about your time. By trying to do too much, we end up not doing much of anything that even matters in life. We have got to try to slow down, and make sure, because this is the beginning of the year, I think the greatest times of any years is the end of the year, that last week right after Christmas, right before New Year's. Perfect time to do some self-inventory. And then at the beginning of the year, you're trying to set those new goals and habits and dreams in motion. So that's important to take your time and say, you know what, I want to really sit down and manage my time way better than I've been doing. But you got to practice time management. And what would practicing time management do for you? It'll help you enjoy your time and live intentionally. The problem isn't the amount of time we have, because we all got 24 hours in a day if God bless us to see another day. The problem is how we use our time. We all have a set amount of time, and yet still can't figure out how to fit everything in. And when we say we get to a point of like, man, I just don't have enough time, the question is, how are we managing our time? Are you being intentional about the things that are important to you? It reminds me of this problem I have every time I go on a trip. I try to pack dozens of cute outfits. And anything I wear, it's cute because I'm cute. And then shoes in the suitcase. And me and my wife, we always crack up because half the stuff we take on vacation, we never need it. Because we usually end up wearing the same 2 or 3 outfits the whole time we on vacation. We overdo it. We put too much in. And the same thing with time. How much time is going to be productive for you to do the things that you need to do in your life? We got the same calendars. We got the same time clocks. But we have got to take our time and be more intentional. We're going to make the same mistakes with our calendars that we did last year if we're not intentional. We think we just need more time. Like I think I need a bigger suitcase for my clothes, which I don't. But the reality is time management is about choosing what's most important and being willing to cut out what's not. So my question to you as you're listening to this podcast is, what's one thing in your day that you are wasting time in? And what can you do with that hour? We're talking about 1 hour every day that you are intentional about. Man, I really want these areas of my life to be better. I really want my marriage with my significant other to be better. I really want the quality of my friendships better. Man, I really want to be a better parent. What are you doing intentionally to make those things better? You have got to. Now, if you got to do this at the beginning, man, I have no problem telling you, don't feel bad about doing it. If you got to set a stopwatch to tell yourself, I'm going to spend this much time with this person uninterrupted. I'm going to turn my phone off for these 15 minutes, and we're going to sit here and we're going to dialogue and catch up on our lives. If these are people that you love, I guarantee you it's going to be more than 15 minutes. But you have to be intentional at the beginning to set that time clock and say, you know what, we are going to spend this quality time together. And after that, it's going to get better and better and better and better. I always tell people, man, start off, if you're trying to get your relationship back with God, start off with 5 minutes of prayer. Start off with 5 minutes of just taking the passage of the Bible and reading it. If you're trying to get it back, I would say go to Proverbs and read a proverb a day. So whatever that day is, just say perhaps it's the 17th of whatever the month. Go to chapter 17. Read chapter 17 of Proverbs, and then I want you to pick one scripture to marinate on in your time with God for 5 minutes. Marinate on that. So I'm real big on that, because people always say meditation sometimes is trying to clear your mind out to think of nothing. Do me a favor. While I'm talking to you, I'm going to take 10 seconds, close my mouth, and I want you to think of nothing for 10 seconds. Yeah, I know you couldn't do it. So that's why I had to come back in. We are not designed to think of nothing. Part of meditation is meditating on a specific area that you want to meditate on. So if it's with your finances, think about, how much you need to make, how much debt are we in, what process or what plan can I use to maximize my time so my time will be able to pay these bills off in a decent amount of time. And I want you to think about that. Because if your time was money, and because we can't get time back, time is precious, man. You cannot get that time back. What am I doing with the time that I'm allotted on a daily basis? What am I doing with that? You can have the most perfect schedule in the world, but if you always focus on where you're not, you're going to miss this, man. And always remember, you're always sacrificing time. Always. So if I'm at work working my 10 and a half hours, guess what? I'm not with my queen. If I'm with my queen, I'm not at the gym. If I'm not at the gym, then I'm with my babies. If I'm with my babies, then I can't be, listening to a podcast. Whatever that thing is, man, you're always sacrificing one thing for another. But what you want to ask yourself, the question is this right now the most important thing I can be doing at the moment? If you can say that, yeah. Because like I'm saying, if I get my workouts in the morning, I usually want to do it in the morning when everybody's asleep. So that way I can get that. That's 1 hour of my time that I can invest in working out, taking care of my body, and I can be with my family and friends for the rest of the day. Same thing, my time in the morning with God. That's going to make the quality of my relationships better. So that hour that I spend with him, beautiful. So time management. What are you doing to better manage your time? Give each hour of your day, and it don't have to be an hour. It can be 15 minutes. Give it an assignment. What is it that I'm investing in with my time that's going to make my life that much better? Because I do not want to see you guys looking back over your life and saying, coulda, shoulda, woulda. I spent so much time trying to work at this job that I missed out on the wonderful time I could have had with my family. I spent so much time playing games or watching TV that I missed up on special moments that I could have had with the people that I love. I could have took that time I was watching TV, and this is one of the, let me throw this in there, because this is one of the things that I like to do, and my wife can attest. So sometime when we're watching TV, there's going to be a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes of commercial time in between the shows that we watch. Great time to do that is when they have the commercial breaks, do 25 jumping jacks. So as that you're done with the 25 jumping jacks, go ahead and sit down, watch your TV show that you're watching. Soon as the next commercial come on, 25 more jumping jacks. Sit on down, watch some more of the TV show, commercial break, do another 25, 30 jumping jacks. Look what you can accomplish, even as you're watching your favorite TV show, what you can be doing during that time. Literally improving your health and being able to watch that TV program. When you're going on a walk with your kids, be all there. That's the beauty of it. You can be doing two things at one time: walking with your kids, walking with your dog, and investing that time in speaking to the people that you love. Go all in. When we with the kids, have that time, be with the kids. One of the little things, even if watching a TV show. So me and my daughter, my baby girl, Naomi, we love watching Shazam. So this is a TV show that they be having different songs that come on, and they play anywhere from songs from 1950s to 2023 we in right now. So me and her sit down and we try to, outduel each other on who knows the most songs. That's a great way for us to spend quality time together, and we are having fun. And in between, during the commercials, guess what? Some sit-ups, some push-ups, some jumping jacks. So I can accomplish all these different things during that time, and I'm utilizing that time to the fullest of my advantage. When you're on the phone with a friend, lean in and listen. Please don't be trying to cook. Listen to them on the phone and take care of your kids. Whatever you're doing, be in the moment and give it your full attention. Wherever you are, be there. You're not only spending your time on what was important to you, but you actually get to experience and enjoy it. Because some people go on vacations now and they are taking so many pictures and selfie pictures that, guess what, when they get back home, they didn't get a chance to even enjoy the very thing that they were there to take a picture in front of. So please, guys, be efficient with your time, manage your time, and do the things that you truly are important to you and that you care about. The quality of your work increases when you're spending your time on purpose, man. The quality of your job, man, you could do a better job at your job if we was there being in the job at the moment. So we got to schedule out our time, and that will help us be more efficient in the long run. That will help us so much. Man, I love you guys. And we're going to talk some more about time management throughout this year. But man, just take those tips right there and make sure you are being in the moment, and make sure you are giving each moment that you have an assignment so it can fulfill and accomplish the very thing you invested in that time, not just time that you spent. Love you guys. This is your boy John Bacon with another segment of Bacon Bits. Love you. God bless. All right, what's up, family? It's your boy John Bacon from the Bacon Bits podcast. Thank you so much for your support, likes, and ratings. Please don't just listen, but rate me, follow me, and subscribe. This is an amazing way to offer free support. My beautiful queen and I have some books that we have written for your growth.
So the first book we have is a workbook, actually. It's called Healthy Relationships, and this is a workbook through the lens of faith. Because what makes a relationship healthy or unhealthy? So this workbook is designed, it's a 12-week, it's a biblically grounded course, and every week has a few different principles. So if some of our principles, some of our topics that we're covering are respect, cultivating security. And this is not just between a husband and wife. This is between parents, between siblings, between friends, between your bosses, employers. So it's really important, and everyone deserves a healthy relationship.
And also we have The Balanced Life by John Bacon. It covers how to be prosperous in your finances, relationships, your health, your mind, and your spirit. And we also have
The Unraveling, a creative healing journal, pinings, poems, prayers, and ponderings of my precarious life. I've had a testimony of I've had 2 brain tumors and 2 brain surgeries, and I'm super grateful, but I'm still grieving the process of healing. And this is part of the process. In this book, you have devotionals, you have prayers, and you have some ponderings. And in between these pages, there's a space for you to also be prompted to paint and to create your own, or maybe you want to write something in these books. This is part of your creative healing journal that we get to walk through together.
And you guys can just head over to Kingdom Servants First. Kingdom Servants, the number 1, st.com. And you can purchase all 3 of these books. Thank you for your support, your love, and your contributions. God bless.